Good day, everyone. This is Decadent Ronald episode 2nd, and our group will talk about the food security. Our objective for this lesson will be to define global food security, identify and explain the factors leading to global food security, examine the state of the Philippines in terms of food security during the pandemic, explain the five components of food security, name and explain the threats to global food security, and explain if food security is possible. Now, let's have Dikadik Kotanda.
Global food security. So, food security, as defined by the United Nations, means that all people at all times have physical, social, and economic access to sufficient, safe, and nutritious food that meets their food preferences and dietary needs for an active and healthy life. Although there have been huge improvements in fighting world hunger, it is currently in the rise as many vulnerable communities in countries without food security are still struggling with malnutrition. So, food security occurs when all people are able to access enough safe and nutritious food to meet the requirements for a healthy life in ways the planet can sustain into the future. The aim is to ensure that everyone, everywhere, has enough good quality food to lead a healthy life. Achieving this goal will require better access to food and the widespread promotion of sustainable agriculture. Example of this, it include soup kitchens, food banks, school lunch programs, and other programs that give food to people in need without requiring any type of commitment in return.
So I am Decadit Salisi Androshakel. So my topic is all about to identify and briefly explain the food factors leading to the global food security. So global food security is influenced by various interconnected factors. So the first one is climate change. Shifts, weather patterns, extreme events, and rising temperatures can affect crop yields and livestock production and impacting food availability. And the second one is technology and agricultural practices. Advances in agricultural technologies such as genetically modified crops and precision farming contribute to increased yields and efficiency in food production. The third one is economic factors. Affordability and access to the food are crucial. Economic stability, income levels, and distribution system influence people's ability to purchase and access a diverse range of food. And the fourth one is political stability. Political stability is vital for maintaining food production and distribution system. Complex corruption and governance issues can disrupt this system, leading to food insecurity. The fifth one is population growth. The global population continues to grow, increasing the demand for food, sustainable agricultural practices, and efficient resource use become crucial to meet this demand. And the sixth one is water scarcity. Water is essential for agriculture. Scarcity or mismanagement of water resources can severely impact crop yields and overall food production. The seventh one is biodiversity loss. Loss of biodiversity affects ecosystem and reduces resilience to pests and diseases. Maintaining diverse crop varieties and livestock breeds is vital for food security. And the eighth one is global trade. International trade plays a significant role for food security. Dependence on a few regions for specific crops can lead to vulnerabilities if there are disruptions in supply chains. Addressing these factors through sustainable practices, technological innovation, and international cooperation is essential for achieving and maintaining global food security. So that's all. Thank you.
Good day guys, I'm that Cadet Alegria and my topic is all about examining the state of Philippines in terms of food security during the pandemic. So, during the COVID-19 pandemic, the Philippines faced challenges in maintaining food security. Lockdowns and movement restrictions disrupted supply chains, impacting the distribution of agricultural products. Small-scale farmers encountered difficulties in transporting goods to markets, leading to potential food shortage in certain areas. Additionally, economic constraints affected people purchasing power, limiting their access to essential food items. So, government efforts such as relief programs and support for local farmers aim to mitigate these issues. Despite these initiatives, the pandemic exposed vulnerabilities in the country's food system. So, highlighting the need of resilient and adaptive strategies to ensure sustained food security in the face of unforeseen challenges. So, the government initiatives like the Plant program aim to enhance local food production. However, issues such as transporting restrictions and income disparities contributed to varying levels of food security across different regions and communities. Ongoing efforts are crucial to address these challenges and build resilience in countries' food systems.
This is Indian Cadet Minoria, and this is Global Food Security by Group 3. So, the first component of food security is availability. It refers to the consistent and sufficient supply of food at the national and household levels. This involves factors such as food production, distribution, and access to markets. Adequate availability ensures that the individuals have access to the quantity and variety of food needed for a healthy and active life. Factors affecting availability include agricultural productivity, trade policy, and overall food distribution systems. That's all.
Good day everyone, I am Dec Cadet Cristiano Misiona and I am from the Group 3. So today I'm going to report about the second component of food security. So let's begin. So a food security is a multifaceted approach. So in this presentation, we will discuss the second component of the food security, which access to food. So access to food refers to the ability of all people at all times to have the access to sufficient, nutritious, and safe food to meet their dietary needs and food preferences for an activity and healthy life. Second is the four pillars of food security. The four pillars of food security are availability, access, utilization, and stability. So availability refers to the production and distribution of food. Access refers to the ability of people to afford and acquire food. So the utilization refers to the ability that their body can use, which their nutrients convert to their body. And lastly, stability. So stability refers to the resilience of food system to shocks and stressor. Next is access to food. So access to food is essential for food security. There are many factors that can affect access to food, including poverty, inequality, distance to market, and lack of infrastructure. Poverty is a major barrier to access to food. People who are poor often do not have enough money to buy food, even it is available. Inequality can also affect access to food. So people who are marginalized or discriminated against may have a less access to resources and opportunities. So including the food. So distance to market can also be a barrier to access to food. So people who live in rural areas may have travel a long distance to get to the market, where they have to travel a long distance to get there and to buy their food. Lack of infrastructures. So lack of infrastructure can also be make it difficult for people to access the food. So, for example, people who live in the areas with the poor roads, bridges may have a difficulty getting to the markets or receiving food assistance. Improving access to food. There are many things that can be done to improve access to food. Some of the most important intervention include reducing poverty and inequality, investing in infrastructure, supporting a local food system, and providing food assistance program. So reducing poverty and inequality is essential for improving access to food. So when people have more money, they can afford to buy more food. So investing in the infrastructure can also be improved to access to food. For example, building roads and bridges can make it easier for people to get to the market. Supporting local food system can also improve to access to food. When local farmers have access to resources and markets, they can produce more food and sell it to the local people at affordable prices. And providing food assistance program. So providing food assistance program can also improve access to food. This program can provide food to people who are unable to afford it, so such as elderly, disabled, and unemployed. And lastly, conclusion. So in conclusion, access to food is essential for food security. There are many things that can be done to improve access to food. So by working together, we can create a world where everyone has access to the food that they needed to live a healthy and active life. And that's all. Thank you.
Good day, I am the Cadet Kit Ivan Tulod, and my topic is about the third component of food security, which is the utilization. So, utilization refers to the food consumption to meet the nutritional needs for individuals. It involves the ability of people to utilize the food effectively, ensuring that it provides the necessary nutrients for a healthy and active life. So I have 5 ways elaborating on utilization. So the first one is the nutritional adequacy. So utilization emphasizes not only having access to a sufficient quantity of food, but also ensuring that the food is nutritionally adequate. So this involves ensuring a balanced diet that provides essential nutrients such as proteins, vitamins, minerals, and carbohydrates. So the second one is the health and well-being. So proper food utilization contributes to the overall health and well-being of individuals. A diet lacking in essential nutrients can lead to malnutrition, which may result in various health issues including stunted growth, developmental problems, and increased susceptibility to disease. So the third one is the cultural and social factors. So utilization also takes into account cultural preferences and social aspects of food consumption. So it recognizes that food is not only a source of nutrition but often has cultural significance, and people's dietary habits are influenced by social and cultural practices. So the fourth one is the food safety. So ensuring that food is safe for consumption so is crucial aspect of utilization. So this involves proper food handling, storage, and preparation um, to prevent contamination and the spread of foodborne illnesses. So the last one is the education and awareness. So utilization is closely linked to education and awareness about proper nutrition and dietary practices. So promoting knowledge about healthy eating habits and the nutritional value of different foods is essential for maximizing the benefits of available food resources. So in summary, the utilization component of food security emphasizes not just having access to food, but ensuring that the food is not nutritionally adequate, safe, uh, culturally acceptable, and contributes to the overall health and well-being of individuals and communities. Hi, it's Ronald episode second again, and I will talk about the fifth component of food security. Sustainability in the context of food security refers to the ability to meet present food needs without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. Meaning, it is about getting our needs today, but still be able to provide for the future generations' needs. So, how will this be done? Or what does this involve? Well, it involves the responsible use of natural resources such as land, water, and energy to ensure that food production can be maintained in the long term. We should be able to use them and at the same time protecting them, and this include practices that promote environmental conservation, minimize waste, and support biodiversity. By adopting sustainability agricultural practices, we can ensure that food production remains viable and resilient in the face of challenges like climate change and population growth. So, to put it simply, we have to use the resources in ways that we can still take care of them for the future generation to have their needs met too, so they won't go hungry. And that would be all. Thank you.
Good day everyone, so I am Decadet Wizami P. Bihona and I'm here to discuss stability. So, to be food secure, a population, household, or individual must have access to adequate food at all times. So, they should not risk losing access to food as a consequence of sudden shocks, so etc. An economic or climatic crisis, example, or typhoon, or cyclical events, etc. Example, seasonal food insecurity. So, moreover, the concept of stability can therefore refer to both the availability and access dimensions of food security. So that will be all for my part.
Good day everyone, and my name is Piligency Primasio, and my topic is what are the threats to global food security. So agriculture markets have suffered a series of shocks during the past years, fueling food inflation and fears of food insecurity. So food security encompasses not only financial affordability but also a physical availability. So, threats to global food security includes climate change affecting crop yields, water scarcity, soil degradation, pests and disease impacting agriculture, and geopolitical conflicts disrupting food distribution, and economic inequalities limiting and access to food resources. So, addressing this challenge requires a holistic approach and involving sustained practices, technologies, innovations, and international cooperation. So there are biggest threats to global food security, which is the environment disaster and the climate change. So the likelihood of extreme weather event including hurricanes, flood and drought in rising due to the climate change crisis. So, the modern food of the modern food system and the growing population change in the food chain.
I am Deck Cadet Sean Edrisir Marate, and I'm gonna talk about, is food security possible? So, food security is the condition under which all people have physical, economic, and social access to sufficient, safe, and nutritious food to meet their dietary needs and food preferences they acquire from their religious, cultural, and environmental perspectives to maintain an active and healthy life. The question whether food security is possible or not may arise due to several economic, social, and environmental barriers that exist which hamper the achievement of food security goals globally. To answer the question of whether food security is possible, it is essential to understand that food security is a complex issue that does not have one size fits all solution. It requires a multi-phased approach that includes addressing economic, social, and environmental factors. One way of achieving food security is ensuring that people have access to sufficient and nutritious food. This can be addressed by improving agricultural productivity by implementing new farming methods, using modern technology, and providing farmers with affordable inputs, such as seeds and fertilizers. In addition, food security can be addressed by improving food distribution system, more effective monitoring and early warning systems, and regional integration among others. Another significant factor to be considered in achieving food security is the role of climate change in food production. Climate change negatively impacts agriculture by causing increasingly devastating weather events such as droughts, floods, and wildfires, which are affecting crops and food production systems globally. Addressing these issues requires a focus on sustainability, which involves conservation of natural resources and prevention of environmental degradation. Moreover, issues that revolve around poverty and inequality needs to be addressed to achieve food security. Many people, especially in developing countries who suffer from food insecurities, do not have the financial resources to buy food or develop agricultural resources. Hence, the problem lies in the accessibility and affordability of food. Addressing poverty and inequality involves increasing the income levels of the poor through job creation, income support schemes, and targeted aid. So, in conclusion, although achieving food security is a significant challenge, it is a possible through collective efforts. The world could address this issue through focusing on increasing access and affordability of nutritious food, improving agricultural productivity, addressing climate change effects, and addressing issues revolving around poverty and inequality.